Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ashley Brianna Eve, and we have a pop-up live because I thought I have to work through this in real time with you guys, even though no one has any idea I'm going live. And this isn't even usually the time I go live, but we're doing this. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ashley Brianna Eve. Here we talk about pop culture, power, and media manipulation. We pull through my lens of media manipulation through SEO, branding, and marketing. Sorry guys, I'm just pulling the threads together in the back of my head. So this intro is horrible, but my background's in branding and marketing as well. I bring a spiritual edge to it through human design. But guys, okay, that intro is horrible. We have to dive into this because is this an Easter egg? Or am I just losing my mind from this case? Am I just losing my mind from this case? Okay, we're going to pull this apart. Did you guys? Hello. It's so nice to see you. Hello. Oh my goodness. It's so nice to see you guys. Welcome to the chat. I know it's impromptu. I'm still processing what could be going on in my mind. So excuse me if I'm stumbling over my words as we get started, guys. All right, let's start here. Did you guys see the picture Ryan Reynolds put in his Instagram stories on the motorcycle? Did you guys see that? Let me know in the chat. Let me see if I can, because I just posted it to Instagram, but I don't want to play my whole reel. I can just show the image. All right, I'm going to pull up my Instagram. Okay, so this image here of Ryan on his motorcycle with his hands out. Look at the background, and it did look like a picture, not taken, in the proper format for Instagram stories. However, the reason why I started looking into this picture was because a lot of people were asking me, Ashley, is this SEO manipulation? Is this an example of SEO manipulation? Because some people are talking about what happened on the set of Deadpool. So we did that story here. We looked at the accident on the set of Well, not accident. It was not an accident. The death on the set of Deadpool. And then I think a couple other creators as well have been talking about it online. So that's what got me looking into this picture. I thought, okay, let's see if it actually is SEO manipulation. Is he trying to bury the resurgence of the death on the set of Deadpool? But it gets weirder, guys. It gets weirder. Hello, guys. I'm out of the loop the last few days, so no, that's all right. I usually need a few days off a week from this case, so I completely got you on that. I have no socials except YouTube and Twitch. Smart, Lily. Very smart. No, but I did see the photo where Blake Lively said she would wake up every day at 5 a.m. to work at that donut shop. Yeah, I don't, and maybe that's a new career for her. All right, so I'm going to walk you guys through how I look at, hello. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see you guys. Welcome to the chat, the impromptu live. Thank you for hopping on. Honestly, guys, I was processing as I came on live, so the intro is so messed up. That's okay. All right, I want to walk you guys through, first of all, how I look into if something is SEO manipulation, because I think a lot of people are becoming very versed from this channel and other channels on media manipulation, SEO manipulation, narrative control. So I want to walk you guys through what I do. Let me just make sure I pull up the right. Do I even have? Okay, there it is. Let me share my Google with you guys. How's everyone doing? I know Ontario, anyone in Ontario, we've got hit really bad with ice storms the last few days. So anyone in Ontario, I hope you're doing all right. I'm off work sick, but streaming helps bring up my spirits. I'm so glad. Well, I hope some stuff today will help bring up those spirits. Okay, so this is what I do. So if you ever see something and you're thinking, is this SEO manipulation? Is this something that they might be trying to bury a story? So ultimately, we want to take a step back and we want to look at SEO manipulation. The reason someone does that is for Google. Okay, so it's not because, say, a content creator is covering something on X, so they're trying to flood X. It's for Google. So what ends up happening is, say, well, let's bring this example. Say all of a sudden there's this resurgence in the interest of the death on Deadpool. And Ryan and his team are sitting back and they're going, okay, there's this resurgence and the death on Deadpool. We need to bury this story. Like, we already have enough controversy. We don't need more. We don't need more eyes on this. We don't need people talking about, we need to come up with something. What can happen is all of a sudden you have oh my gosh, Ryan Reynolds spotted on his motorcycle downtown Vancouver or whatever, right? All of a sudden you see all these sources and sightings that he's out on his motorcycle. And what's going to happen is you go over to Google and it is just flooded. So it's not one or two headlines, it's going to be 10, 15, 20 headlines from all legacy media. So you're going to see all the major hitters, Variety, Hello, Elle, Vogue, The Mirror, Page Six, all of them. They're all going to have very similar headlines and usually very similar pictures as well. You're going to see like a couple pictures, but ultimately it's the same picture, it's the same headline, and it's more or less the same content. So that's kind of your step. One, is there a story that they want to bury? Two, is there a new story that comes out to bury it? And three, is it just flooding social media? Typically Google. It's the major search engine. Other search engines are impacted as well, but Google, they're going to be more than any other platform looking at how to impact Google. Okay. So those are your three things to look at. So the first thing I did, hello guys. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see everyone. Like the stream. Yes, please. I always forget. I never say. I'm horrible at. I get emails from you guys being like, Ashley, please remember to say like the stream and subscribe. Thank you, my friends. You guys are so kind. So those are my three heavy hitters on what I look for. So I went over to Google because you guys were asking, you're like, I heard this is SEO manipulation. How do we know? I come over, I type in Ryan Reynolds. There's nothing. So for it to be SEO manipulation, you're trying to bury the word motorcycle essentially. His biggest problem right now is Wrexham. That is Ryan's biggest problem right now is Wrexham. So you can see that right now. So we pull up his name and under news, everything with Wrexham's coming up. He's getting criticized for a 37-minute private jet ride. I'd be more inclined, like if he all of a sudden showed up at like some kind of Jets game or something, like a la Taylor Swift. She did that to bury her private jet use. That was SEO manipulation. I'd be more inclined to be like, oh yeah, that's definitely. But I'm not seeing anything in regards to a motorcycle, especially on page one. So page one's going to be your heavy hitter. What is landing on page one? Because that's prime real estate. Because most people are too lazy to go and search through all of the pages. So if we go to page two, what are the big stories? Still Wrexham. 2 days ago, what he had his daughter say on the set of Deadpool. There's some stories for that. Joe Rogan's still trending on the second page. Yeah, so the bad news that really he would want to bury would be his daughter, the language she used in Deadpool, potentially. More so probably today, because this is all last day, 7 hours. Wrexham, if he cared to. Doesn't mean that they care to bury it. You can choose to just not say anything, right? You can choose to be like, it's not even worth my time, because you can also end up with the Streisand effect, where if you bring attention to something and you try to do something shady, it just go, oh my gosh, what are you trying to cover up? What are you trying to do? So that is Ryan Reynolds under just his name. So then I'm going to walk you guys through how I found what's really weird. Okay, so we'll switch. It gets weird though. It does get weird. So stick with me here. And this is when I went live and I was like, oh my goodness, we just have to work through this together. Why isn't it sharing? That's weird. Let's try that again. Maybe Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively took out my internet. I shouldn't even joke about that. I should not even joke. But that is weird. That's not letting me share. There we go. Okay. So if we type in Ryan Reynolds motorcycle, getting a little bit more specific, if we go under news, again, there's nothing. Above the fold, so when we're looking at anything, your best real estate, yes, first page, but anything above the fold is going to be gold. Okay, so even if you have a business and you're writing a sales page, above the fold, which means people don't have to scroll down, is the best, because again, people are lazy. There's research now saying our attention span is shorter than that of a goldfish. Yeah, wild. So above the fold, what we see is, I don't even know how this got on here. Hollywood royalty loves Robert Sabel's vintage Airhead BMW Customs. I don't even see anything with Ryan there. Ryan raving about his 120 arc electric motorcycle made in England. Ryan Reynolds reveals Nick Cage almost reprised his iconic Marvel role in Deadpool and Wolverine. Movie star Ryan Reynolds loves his motorcycles. So that's above the fold. Now, below the fold, the first thing is Ryan Reynolds heartbroken over death a stunt rider on Vancouver set of Deadpool 2. But it's just one story. So can you guys see how there's really nothing to bury? Does that make sense so far, where you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Like, there's nothing to bury. There's not really anything trending. I think it was 3 weeks ago, we did a video here on the death on the set of Deadpool. And again, I think like within the people that are covering it, people are talking about it, but we don't want to focus on a fishbowl. We don't want to have like our blinders on. I always think of, when I think of blinders, of like racehorses or buggy horses and they have the blinders on, right? We want to take those off and think of like the greater world. Nothing's trending. Hello, guys. It's so nice to see you guys. It's so nice to have you guys here. We're an impromptu live. So nothing's trending, but here is where it gets weird. All right. Let me make sure I have. This is where it gets weird. What? Guys are like, just show us. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. Okay. So then when I'm looking for SEO manipulation, I get more and more specific. Like, is it just a certain trigger word? Like yummy was one with Blake Lively. So there were certain words that she had in her post for Michelle Trachtenberg that were showing up in Google from her case with Justin Baldoni. So there was really weird words that you wouldn't really think to Google that ended up actually burying the story with Justin Baldoni, and words that were used in text messages. So I just thought, okay, let's go let's go one stage deeper. This is how my mind always works. And so I typed in Instagram Ryan Reynolds on motorcycle. Whoops. No, it's only under images. Does that picture look familiar to anyone? I just love your shows. Well, thank you. I love having you guys here. I did SEO content as a ghostwriter. I love that. Look at this image. That is the exact same image that was posted on Instagram stories. Interesting, because I thought, I click on it and I go, well, that's weird. Why am I seeing stories here, but I wasn't seeing it trending in the news? That doesn't make any sense. So if you click on it, this is from 2015, that image. Crap, I'm going to have to stop and share the other. Darn it, StreamYard. Don't try this at home. Ryan Reynolds rides hands-free on motorcycle in daring snap, which invites mockery from wife Blake Lively. Now, this might be going way too conspiracy. This might be way too Easter egg. Like, I might be losing it. So there is one thing for sure. I will always do the research. I always attempt to have the research behind me. If there's something, if this was SEO manipulation, I would tell you guys. I'd be like, yes, this is SEO manipulation. I had people on my case on Instagram today being like, oh, is Taylor Swift paying you because you said that she does good with her branding in terms of weaving and baking without it seeming fake or inauthentic? And I was like, well, no, I just call it like I see it. I mean, it's good branding. I'm not going to pretend she doesn't have good branding. So I would call it out if it was SEO manipulation. But this is weird. And it's weird because myself and a lot of others, I am not saying that Ryan Reynolds is watching my stuff. Although it is weird that if anyone, I was quoted in that Glamour piece. But anyway, a lot of us been saying that are in the branding and marketing and PR spaces is that Ryan and Blake are using PR tactics from 2015. That is weird. It might be a total coincidence, but it is just really weird for people that do Easter eggs and hidden meanings and snapbacks or clapbacks or whatever the cool kids call them. These just snapbacks. Oh my, is it clapback? don't even know. I don't even know. Snapback. Like the bend and snap. But anyway, it is really weird that everyone's been saying their PR tactics are from 2015, and he put a picture up that was from 2015. And this made the headlines because if I look, and I can't flip back and forth, that's the one good thing about Zoom. Although I learned the hard way because I had the wrong page being shared on Zoom. I didn't realize, I'm so used to StreamYard, that it wouldn't, that Zoom will share any page that you switch to as long as it's in the browser. Anyway, that was a funny discovery. But this is the post. Ryan Reynolds has never been the kind of actor to take himself seriously. That was made clear yet again on Saturday when the 38-year-old Deadpool star posted on Instagram a shot in which he rode a motorcycle with arms stretched out to the wind and on the handles. Shortly after, Ryan's wife, 27-year-old Blake Lively, jumped on the image in order to mock her husband's silliness. In the first Instagram photo, Ryan presumably appeared on a white and blue motorcycle, riding down the street with his arms off the handles. Black helmet covered his face while the clothes were a beige jacket. He said, "Don't try this at home, particularly in the living room," the actor wrote as a caption of the photo. It was a good joke to begin with. I don't know. Maybe for someone. But Blake waited less than 2 hours before adding to the amusement of the situation. To her own Instagram feed, the Age of Adeline star posted another picture of Ryan on a motorbike, only this one appeared to be in the living room because he already tried. At Van City Reynolds just posted some great advice, but he forgot to mention one small detail: hypocrite. Or is it an Easter egg that you guys are hypocrites? I mean, I could get behind that too. That you are hypocrites. So anyway, I might be overthinking it. Or maybe it's even an Easter egg because in these stories she called him a hypocrite. I don't know. Or maybe Blake posted it on his stories so people would find stories of her calling him a hypocrite. Who knows? But it is very odd to me that like a lot of PR experts, branding experts have been saying the tactics they've been using are 2015. They don't work today. And it looks like all the stories I can find in relationship to that article are 2015. There wasn't a ton. It wasn't like it was SEO manipulation or anything at that time. I think it was a story they pushed out for sure. I think they intentionally were doing kind of like a narrative thing, the funny couple thing, right? Like back then they were doing that funny, cool couple vibe where they would banter back and forth online. And that got them narrative control in regards to their relationship. But anyway, that is so weird. So it's not media manipulation, no. But what do you guys think about it being 2015? And you guys can say, like, I am overthinking it. You guys can let me know. I just thought that was so weird. I ran here so fast. Let me tell you, I had just posted the reel. And I thought I have to go live and talk to you guys about that. If my husband was being stupid and dangerous, mockery is not what he'd be getting from me. Well, that's true too. That's also a very good point. Interesting. It's weird, right? Like it's just Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are just red pill boomers in sheep's clothing. Okay, so when you work for some of these publications, you're paid to regurgitate information. For sure. Yep. How do we know that's not a stunt double? It could be. Now you guys got me thinking like that after. Did you guys see the live that Elsie and I did yesterday where they were talking about in the videos Hailey Bieber having like a stunt double basically, or like a stand-in, a body double? I guess it's not a stunt double. It would be a body double for Justin Bieber. Now you guys have me thinking like that. It could possibly be. Absolutely. And they'll tell you they want to cover a certain story, even if it's older, have been done. Yep, it's wild. What was the tactic of 2015? Their PR strategy. So the PR strategy that they're taking right now, where it's basically like these planned PR, like the donut store, right? These planned PR setups the way that they're flooding SEO, like just the PR strategy that they're taking is something that worked in 2015 because there wasn't as much narrative control being done by content creators. There wasn't, the TikTokers of the world in 2015. There weren't really the YouTubers peeling apart every single piece of the case. Now, in 2015, most people were going to Google. Now, I'm going to expand on this because it's still the case. But most people, I'd say like 99.9% of people were getting their news from Google. You go into Google and do what I do every single morning. It is what I do every single morning. I'm going to be honest, guys. It's not that I don't care what the content creators are doing. The problem is I don't want to know what the other content creators are covering because it doesn't matter. I don't want to be in the fishbowl. I don't want to see what we are seeing because that's irrelevant. I want to see what Google's seeing. So I'm going to pull up Ryan Reynolds again. So we will click on one of these stories anyway. So I do what majority of the people do. They go to Google and they type in Ryan Reynolds news, Blake Lively lawsuit explained, Justin Baldoni updates, and they get their information from Google. So in 2015, you could very much control the narrative. I mean, not even just very much. You could control the narrative in its entirety by flooding Google, by doing SEO manipulation, by paying off publications, by flooding the news feed. Because you go here and most people aren't like, you're just not scrolling to page. No one's going to like page 10. Has anyone clicked on page 10 ever in the history of Google? Like, why do they even have page 10? The problem is in today's world, legacy media has lost control and it's starting to shift. So YouTube is number 2 from the stats I've seen. I can't remember when the last stats were done in regards to it. However, stats are saying that Google's still number 1. So when people say like, I don't understand how people can back Blake or I don't understand how people can back Ryan, well, it's because Google's still number 1. People aren't going to TikTok. The majority of the population, it's just the truth. So Google's number 1, but YouTube's catching up. So the problem we're facing right now is old PR strategies of flooding Google to control the narrative. That's all it is. That's all SEO manipulation is to control the narrative. Doesn't work like it used to. Staged PR stunts don't work like they used to. Why? You guys are smart. You guys smelled that from a mile away. You saw her at the donut shop and you're like, liar. Liar. You are trying to manipulate me. That is not who you are. So not just now is Google competing with YouTube, but people are sick of being treated like idiots by big PR firms. They're sick of being manipulated. So it's not the same where you can just put out this cute picture of Blake Lively. Like in 2015, that worked. This cute picture of Blake at the donut shop and you flood SEO with it and everyone's happy and moves on. Doesn't work like that anymore. So with people going to YouTube and watching content creators, going to TikTok, Instagram, X, whatever other platforms there are these days, I'm not cool enough to know all of them. With people starting to go to social media, it doesn't work because what's happening now is people are starting to connect the dots. And with the growth of content creation, with the growth of streamers, those dots get connected fast. The news cycle is moving a lot faster and people are able to find out information a lot faster. And that's all Reddit. Thank you. There's another one, Reddit. And the problem with that as well is it's really hard for legacy media to keep up and it's really hard for PR to keep up. So that's essentially what the old playbook was. It's like, okay, you have a PR crisis, go do some cute things, go hug a kitty, go to the hospital and visit some kids, go to the donut shop, and it's all fixed. It's fine. The public are idiots anyway. They're not going to know. It doesn't work anymore. And in fact, what we're seeing is a lot of people and public figures are now starting to say, like, I don't even want a PR team. Because one, it's not authentic to me. I don't control my own story and people don't buy it anyway. So why would I? Why would I pay all that money for a PR team when no one buys it? Yes, exactly. People are believing social media over mass media now. Exactly. So when we talk about or we say that they're using a 2015 playbook, this is also where I disagree, although I greatly respect. I am not a crisis PR person for pop culture. branding and marketing is my jam, although I understand and know PR. I don't do crisis PR. And so I can respect those that have had a lifetime of experience in there. And I'm on the other side saying, I respect you, I hear you, and things are changing, because what I'm seeing online is people saying it works. Like, Blake's winning. She looked cute at the donut shop and her fans were happy to see her. I'm like, what fans? Her sister? Like, what fan was there? And so they're losing control of the narrative. It just doesn't work. So that's where you're hearing a lot of PR people say, and it's funny because, like I said, it's 2015 that people keep. I always joke you could go back to 2005 because it would work back then too, where it's like a certain magazines would control the narrative, and that's where you got your news. But 2015, the playbook they're using worked. People would buy it. But you guys are smart, and you guys are tired of being treated like idiots. So you guys see all this crisis go down, and the PR playbook is send her out to do some cute things that humanizes her, that makes her seem like, the girl next door. Have her serve some soup or something. Go to an animal shelter, and then it'll all be fine. Doesn't work. It just does not work. And the more her team doubles down on it, the worse it gets, because you guys, again, are smart and intelligent. And you're like, this doesn't, A plus B is not equal C, is not equaling C here, girl. Something's off. Right? It's all an illusion. You got it. Yep. And that's exactly what it is. Yep. Because we catch them telling pork pies in real time, and it happens fast. You guys are catching them fast. So that playbook isn't working. I really believe that PR is going to have to adapt really fast if PR is going to survive, because you just can't do it like that anymore. I actually think whoever's advising, and it wouldn't necessarily be Brian Friedman, he's the lawyer, not the PR crisis person, but whoever's advising Justin right now, that's the smart move right now in this day and age. Go to Hawaii, be with your family, just relax right now. Let us take care of it. Do you think she's trying to move into a cooking show type thing, like traveling to her friends' restaurants and cooking? I've had some people ask me that. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, because Ryan just inked his deal for a huge array of different types of shows that he's going to be putting out. And I'm guessing, I think it was with Disney, if memory serves. I'm guessing this has to do with Hollywood North, and they're going to be doing, when you look at Maximum Effort, which is going to do the marketing, they're going to have the Hollywood North Production Center, which is going to do all the filming, everything. Like, Ryan and Blake, if this works for them, which I hate to say it, guys, and I know you guys are going to get mad at me for saying this. Please don't get your hopes up that Ryan's going to be negatively impacted by this. I really don't think he is. Blake probably will. I don't think Ryan is. He had a lot of these deals being done long before any of this happened. And so he has this Hollywood North that's coming up in Ontario, Canada, not too far from me. He just inked this deal for the production. He's going to film everything there, create the shows there. He has Maximum Effort. If he still has any stake, I don't know, in Mountain, if there is any connection that's maintained through Mountain, who knows how that's going to play out, but that'd be the ads. Honestly, they're going to have something where from start to finish, things can be done in-house. It's interesting. It's interesting. He's being himself so it doesn't come off weird. And that's a good point too. That's a good point. Justin's energy is resonating with who he is, and his message is always on point with his integrity. I actually have a video. I was going to post a video right now, and instead I scrambled when I saw that really weird date, and I came on live instead with you guys. But I'll post a video tonight. So I do talk about this, how Justin's energy has always resonated with his brand. And because he's been authentic and in alignment with his brand, that's why things are going so well for him. But I have a really cool video with some old interviews I pulled up. I probably pulled up about 10 interviews, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So make sure to like and subscribe, because you'll get a notification. I'll probably post that around, oh my gosh, it's already almost 4 p.m. Holy wow. Probably around 6 p.m. Eastern. You guys will get that. Now, did you guys see Colin Jost made fun of Blake Lively. Did you guys see this? Let me pull it up. We're just going to do a couple headlines now. We'll hang out for a bit. We'll do a couple headlines. Let me know if you guys saw this. I know a couple people have covered it. This is Gossipology, the YouTube channel. So we already know he's taken a couple digs at, well, not him. From my understanding, I don't watch SNL. I'm going to admit, I haven't watched it in probably like 20 years. My understanding is that him, and I can't remember who does this skit with him, but they write jokes for each other. I love that for Scarlett. I am obsessed with this for Scarlett, honestly. Well, they did another, Michael, that's right. That's right. They did another skit where they poke fun at Blake again. And if you guys have seen the L'Oreal campaign where she claimed to be Cherokee, I think it clicks afterwards, the joke, but I'm going to play it for you guys.
Please sit down, sit down.
The genetic testing company 23andMe says it is bankrupt and also 2% Cherokee.
I like that.
I'm English, Irish, German, and Cherokee.
So, you know, they can't get away from it right now, mostly Blake, but they were poked fun of again on SNL. And I think that's multiple times now that they've been made fun of, or she's been made fun of. Yes, that was ridiculous. And I'm sure it was a Cherokee princess. I have no doubt that's what she would claim. I have no doubt at all. Now, moving on to the other thing. And oh, I know. I love this for Scarlett, guys. I agree. Justin Baldoni's company. Yes, I just saw this the other day. Justin Baldoni's company is doing Scarlett Johansson's director debut, right? I think this is her debut, isn't it? Eleanor the Great. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to see this. And it is the epitome of irony and karma. Snake Lively and Ryan Reynolds watching Scarlett skit steal the SNL show. Oh, I love it. This is beginning the end for Hollywood and traditional media. I agree. I agree with you guys. And this is something I said, or maybe I recorded a reel and haven't posted it yet. But I honestly feel that this case isn't just for truth and justice, but I honestly think this case is going to be a pivotal turning point of who runs the show now. Is it legacy media or is it content creators? Is it legacy media or are people going to YouTube now and TikTok? And I don't think that this is only going to be a justice for Justin situation, which obviously we're all fighting for that. I think we're also fighting for narrative control. Like we the people are fighting for narrative control right now. And this is going to be a pivotal case. And I think this is why legacy media is going so hard and why they're trying to discredit content creators. Because at the end of the day, if they lose control here, it's going to set the precedence for everything. It's going to set the precedence for everything. Can Justin Baldoni run Hollywood North? I wish, because then he'd be close to me. I don't know if Ryan's going to be down here running it, but not super close, but a few hours away. But I would rather Justin in town. I'm not going to lie. That would be pretty cool. I think he's going to be just fine after this. I'm really excited to see how Justin comes back after this and in what capacity, but I think he's going to be just fine. So he has the people behind him. All right. Have you guys seen this? This is another one that I was pulling up and looking at. And then I was like, you know what? I'll read it with you guys. Why not? We'll go through it together. I haven't even seen this. Well, I've seen the title. I haven't gone into it. I'm 97.9 from one island of the Azores. The rest is random Iberian. So cool. All right, my friends, let's look here. Blake Lively has the stronger case. Oh, you know what I have to do? I have to pull up LZ for this. So I feel like I love giving her credit. She's so sweet. She's turned into such a good friend. I have to say, like, all the content creators I've met through this case have been exactly who you would expect them to be or exactly who they present themselves to be, which is a nice surprise because being in the branding and marketing space, that's not always the case. But everyone here is so lovely. Okay. Blake Lively has a stronger case. A lawyer explains potential flaw in Justin Baldoni's arguments. Justin Baldoni's lawyers have said, where's my puppy? That is not what he said. But give me a minute because I'm going to make sure. I don't know where my puppy is. All right, found him. I realized he left the room and then I thought, oh my goodness, so bad. Where'd my puppy go? Okay, back on track. Justin Baldoni's lawyers have said Blake Lively's claims will be swiftly debunked as discovery moves forward, easily disproved with actual evidentiary proof. And then this person that apparently has nothing to do with the case has something else to say because Justin Baldoni's lawyers couldn't know about the case. This rando knows about the case, just like that intimacy coordinator, like some rando intimacy coordinator talking about what was and wasn't working on the set, even though she had never been on the set. All right. One legal expert featured. We have a new documentary coming. Are you guys serious? One legal expert featured in a new ripped from the headlines documentary thinks Blake Lively may have the stronger case against Justin Baldoni. Of course, we have a new show coming in regards to this. I just have to say that if I was Justin, I would hate people telling my story like this and I couldn't tell my story. That is the one thing that would just irk me. And I think that's what Britney Spears had spoken about as well when she got out of the conservatorship or near the end when her speech in court went public, where she said, everyone else is telling my story but me. I can't even imagine. All right. In dispute, Lively versus Baldoni, which airs Monday, March 31st. Oh, apparently it aired yesterday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ID and streams on Max. I don't even know if I get those. Breaks down the It Ends With Us stars legal battle, incorporating interviews with reporters and intimacy coordinator. Oh, for love of God. Is that the same intimacy coordinator that was going around making the rounds that wasn't even on the set? Oh. A public relations professional and a legal analyst. Neither side's lawyers participate in the documentary. No one probably involved participated. Attorney Dina Dahl says near the end of the documentary, my professional opinion, Blake Lively has a stronger case because all of Justin Baldoni's arguments about fame and control don't really refute her claim of sexual harassment. Those allegations, the improvising of kissing, the describing his genitalia, talking about porn. I shouldn't have said that word. Damn it. Regardless of where your workplace is, those seem to be pretty strong basis for a claim of sexual harassment, adds Dahl. So I'm guessing Dahl hasn't read anything other than Blake's side, I'm going to guess. While talking about the version of events laid forth in the Lively's lawsuit and Baldoni's countersuit elsewhere in dispute, Dahl says Baldoni's argument isn't really that those items didn't happen. No, actually, it is actually, he said they didn't happen. He legitimately said they didn't happen. He just is saying that there's different perspectives. No, he didn't. Sorry, guys. I'm reading this in real time, so you're hearing my internal dialogue come to life as I read it. I apologize. He just is saying that there's a different perspective, that they were really more consensual. She added, both sides absolutely want to get their perspectives out. Well, I mean, if there's a scene with kissing and you're in the movie and you're acting, I don't know what to tell you there. We're going to play some of Elsie's videos because this improvising of kissing, we're going to see what Blake does when she's improvising. I don't know if you guys seen that video. When some of Lively's claims were made public in a December 2024 report from the New York Times, Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Freeman, said in a statement that the allegations are completely false, outrageous, and intentionally salacious with an intent to publicly hurt and rehash a narrative in the media. Baldoni has since sued the Times for libel, and the newspaper stood by its coverage. Lively, 37, as alleged sexual harassment occurred on the set of It Ends With Us, which was also directed and produced by Baldoni, 41. She claims that after making a complaint, Baldoni orchestrated a smear campaign to ruin her image as a form of retaliation, which he denies. I genuinely do not think that she can actually wrap her head around the concept that people don't like her. And this goes into what I was talking about in the PR and marketing and branding of 2015 doesn't work anymore. Because at that point in time, you would control the narrative so much that it probably would be a shock that people don't like you. So you're like, what do you mean? I've created this narrative and I've created this brand. How do you not like me? Well, it's because of content creators. Not, and I don't say that in shade, but it's because of we the people have taken back the narrative. Thank you so much, Dragonfly. You're so sweet. We're all waiting to see the puppy. You know what's so funny is Tundra made an appearance in the video that I recorded for this evening. So little Tunny, I lost my husky. For those that have been here since the beginning of the year, I suddenly lost my husky. You guys were with me when he was admitted to emergency surgery and emergency hospital. Anyway, we lost him. We got a puppy, a little husky puppy. And Tundra is just, I love him so much. So he might make it, now that he's hearing his name, he might run over. I took him on a long walk right before this. But anyone can check this stuff too. Yes, absolutely. I try to, anything I bring out for you guys, I try to make it so you guys can check it as well. Oh, it's a new documentary. It was done in the UK. Interesting. Well, thank you for letting me know. The attorney didn't actually read any of Justin's evidence. That's pretty much confirmed. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I didn't see it. I really try to stay away from things that raise my blood pressure too much. Yeah, it was so sad. Thank you guys. It was, for those that were here the beginning of the year, I took about 10 days off. I just started the channel. He was rushed into the hospital the end of January. He was in critical care for like 10 days, came home. He was out of the woods. And then we suddenly lost him. And I was just like, I know Alaska, his name was Alaska, would have loved me to have a little husky boy looking out for me. So we got a little husky. But yes, so there's a lot of like, I just got his paw print yesterday. So his little paw print, I put it on a necklace so he can stay with me. But anyway, for any dog lovers, I think you can understand the pain of losing a fur family member. But yes, Tundra is a hoot, and he is our new little puppy. All right, so this is what we already know the story. Let's look at Elsie's page. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. All right, let's see what Blake does when she improvises, because remember, this person said, oh, the improvising of kissing. It's so inappropriate. That's what they keep saying. That's what the fake intimacy coordinator, that wasn't even, well, she's a real one, but wasn't on the set, had no knowledge about what actually went on the set, what she kept saying too. But I know Elsie has a video on this. There we go.
Confessing to grabbing her co-star's nuts because she felt like that's just what her character would do.
Wait, so am I blaming my husband for
am I saying he killed her?
This is one of my favorite additions that you came up with. I think it's nuts. And you really went for it, too.
That's always awkward. You're like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. Can I grab her nuts? Like, really hard?
Like, really hard?
Not because I want to, because I feel like she would.
Remember, we kept going like, can you do it harder?
Yeah, and that was my tip of the hat to baby Jane Hudson.
Yes.
She's spinning on the beach at the end.
Oh, it's so great. Then we ADR'd a little extra, like, the little laughs and stuff. It's fantastic.
Is that Aviation American Jen again?
Wow.
Shameless.
Oh, my God. I want dividends.
Blake, sweetie, where was the intimacy coordinator? Was there one? Doubtful. Because Paul Feig is sitting there kiki talking about, yeah, can you do it again, but a little harder? The word improvise comes up 5 times in the timeline of relevant events, and they all involve Blake Lively accusing Justin of improvising scenes. She improvised grabbing Henry Golden by the balls because she felt like that's what this character would do. Well, ma'am, you're not a director, you're not a writer, you were hired to do a job, act, say the words that are in the script, but you went off and did something you felt your character would do. But in the same breath, you don't think the director, the filmmaker, the person who owns the rights to the movie you were hired to act in doesn't have the right to change lines without running it by you. Rules for thee, but not you. It's okay when you do it. And when other people don't do it, you just lie on them. Okay, the case is closed. Big shout out to America's Love, one of our associates here at the firm who found this video and sent it to me. I really appreciate you. Not Blake Lively.
Okay, and then she did one more video on it. We'll play that one as well. She is a serious sleuth. I love my dogs more than I like people, to be honest. Yeah, animals are amazing. I agree. Yeah, you guys are my people. It's so true. My time off, I'm just with my animals. Okay, she did one more. Or no, did she do? There it is.
So I tell y'all, Blake Lively grabbed this man's nuts when it wasn't in the script. And you guys come at me with a bunch of bullshit. They're talking about he's the man. He probably liked it. If he didn't like it, he should have said something. It was his second fucking movie in Hollywood.
What? And they were like, oh, it's his like second movie. So I was like, he's a baby. Yeah, no, I was like, I was like, crafty, what's that?
His first movie, Crazy Rich Asians, wasn't even out yet when he was filming this. He literally was a nobody, if you want to call it that. He used to work at BBC as a travel host, and then he became an actor. He had absolutely zero power. Blake Lively wants to grab his nuts. Who is he to say no? The same movie where she smacked Anna Kendrick on her butt just because she wanted to. And shout out to Bosie Go Hawks for bringing the script to my attention. Henry Golden's character comes home, opens the door. Blake Lively was only supposed to hand him a martini and talk about how she wants mommy and daddy time. Grabbing him by the walls was authorship.
Was authorship.
Just because you ain't got no balls at home to grab, he was not your fucking target practice. All that notwithstanding, how are y'all missing the point that you can't go from grabbing fucking nutsacks, slapping butts, your husband smacking people around, kids around, making your kids say all sorts of bullshit, and then scream SH because your director said your character was fucking sexy and your character was hot? Get the fuck out of my face. All the way, y'all. This apologist shit y'all be on, it's starting to piss me off. I'm gonna need y'all to start using your own fucking brains because it's getting real tired that I have to explain stuff like we're in the 4th grade and somehow y'all are still not fucking getting it. How are you missing this fucking point? How is this going over your head? So I tell y'all, Blake.
Okay, I have to tell you guys a funny story. So I found Elsie before. I think she had 2,000 followers on Instagram when I first found her. I don't even know how I found her. The Instagram gods opened up and brought us together, thankfully, because she's genuinely one of my favorite people and a good friend now. But that was one of the things that killed me when I first started following her, and she would call people out. She's like, you guys have to start using your own brains. I was like, this is my person. And I started following her account. She just says it like it is. And I respect that so much. Hello from France. Oh my goodness. Just tuning in. I have to catch up from the beginning. Welcome to the chat. So nice to have you here. As my name suggests, if anyone rewrote my writing, the gates of hell wouldn't be able to hold me back. I can't even imagine. And when we look at, even if we look at what happened, even on the set of It Ends With Us, how the one writer didn't even find out Ryan had rewrote that rooftop scene until, wasn't it the red carpet or the pink carpet, whatever they did? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I love her calling people out. She is just so real. Yes, SEO. Thank you. And thank you for the reminder. Sometimes I use short forms and I forget to explain. So I appreciate you guys asking. Search engine optimization. You got it. Or optimizer. So it's just trying to use a loophole, if you will, because technically SEO manipulation isn't legal. You're not allowed to do it. If you or I, my friends, so if you or I go and post one blog on your website and post the exact same thing on LinkedIn, say like same title, same everything, and you post the same thing on LinkedIn, you actually get dinged by Google. You get pushed down and actually suppressed for trying to manipulate SEO. But these people, these famous people, rich people can manipulate all day long because they find a loophole to do it. But if you tried that, it wouldn't work. Your website would be suppressed. Your articles would be suppressed. So it's just ridiculous. But there we go. So Blake is a hypocrite, just like she called Ryan in that 2015 post. I don't know. Maybe Blake is the one that put the picture in Ryan's Instagram so everyone could see that she thinks he's a hypocrite. But that's what she does. But we're supposed to, oh, she has more videos on it again. We'll have to play the next one. However, we have lawyers that aren't even involved in the case. Intimacy coordinators, this just gets my blood pressure up. Intimacy coordinators not even involved in the case that are passing judgment on Justin Baldoni. That, heaven forbid, he improvised kissing. Here's the thing. I'm telling you guys right now, whatever they accuse people of, they're exposing themselves. Blake talked about how he was biting her lip. Justin Baldoni was apparently biting her lip, but then videos came out of her biting his lip. So what is it, Blake? What is it, my friend?
So am I blaming my husband? Right, am I saying he killed her?
This is one of my favorite additions that you came up with. I think it's nuts. And you really went for it, too.
That's always awkward. And you're like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. Can I grab your nuts?
Oh, this is just for reference. If you've never seen the movie A Simple Favor, this is the scene where you can literally see in the muscles in Blake Lively's hand. Her hand is not just placed there and, you know, your imagination is supposed to make you think she's grabbing. That lady is grabbing a handful of Henry Golden peanuts. Not because it was in a script. I want you to remember that. Not because the director suggested it. Not because Henry Golden thought it would make the scene better, but because Lady Babolatz herself thought, this is appropriate. This is what I want to do. I'm just going to do it. And the rest of you are just going to have to love it. That is what we're dealing with here. Blake Lively accuses Justin Baldoni of kissing her without permission, but, well, the kiss is in the script. So it's giving, not only did you not read the book, it looks like you might have not even read your script either. Because had you read the script, Lily, you've lost your mind. She stops herself, realizing, and bends down, kissing his face all over. Blake Lively would go on to accuse Justin Baldoni of making up these scenes just so he could kiss her. I just hope on this day, the intimacy coordinator was present. But I'm sure there was no intimacy coordinator. Because we know Blake Lively is the intimacy coordinator when she wants to be. And when she doesn't, then it's SA and it's SH. So Henry Golden, if you're hearing this, if you're seeing this, I hope you know you have a solid case against Miss Lively.
So am I blaming my husband? Right, am I saying he killed her? Right.
I hope Brian Friedman got that content. Yes, she projects. Yes, you got it. Absolutely. It's a script of what they're doing. I agree. And especially for the fears or the beliefs or the projections that Justin Baldoni had this smear campaign, they're doing a smear campaign. He actually did astroturfing. Oh, now it's going to be suppressed for sure. Every time I mention astroturfing, I have issues with my content. Anyway, who cares? I don't even care. Whatever. When he came to Ontario, there were sock puppet accounts that were created in Facebook groups for Kingston, Ontario. And those sock puppet accounts were posting and defending him whenever someone said that he wasn't actually here and it was all photoshopped and it was a lie. The sock puppet accounts were going in and basically saying like, no. And I have a video on that too. So we won't rehash it here, but basically going in and saying, no, he was here. I saw him. I swear. So Ryan Reynolds was astroturfing. That is quite literally astroturfing. But they project on other people. But I do have a video on the Kingston stuff anyway, so you guys can check it out if you want to see that. And then I think there's one more thing I wanted to cover with you guys. Oh, two more things. Okay. So I've been mentioning that if there's bad news that's going to come out with Taylor Swift in regards to this case, because Taylor's created such a strong brand and a very specific brand. And so if there are text messages that come out and it flies in the face of her brand, and it turns out that she is kind of conniving and she had her hands in the honey pot the whole time, and she was back there with Blake, and, you know, just hypothetically, if she was involved and she knew the whole time, that she would have to come up with something big. And I was giggling to myself because this is one of the, well, before this 36 minutes ago, but when I originally checked this out before I came on with you guys, this is another reason why I was like, I need to talk to you guys. When I go live, I just like hanging out with you guys. We hang out and chat. I just imagine we're just sitting around with like wine or hot chocolate or coffee, and we're talking about the headlines. Well, look what came up. Taylor Swift wedding and baby life plan changed for one major reason. So now the wedding and baby news apparently has changed. Apparently it's not going to happen now because they lost the Super Bowl. Travis lost the Super Bowl, so they can't do it now. But it was just really interesting to start seeing like the words wedding and baby starting to be planted and seeded with the media. It's interesting. So now there's starting to be little tidbits coming out. Easter eggs coming out about wedding and baby, but apparently it has been postponed based on this because he's going to go back for another year. So it says, from Travis Kelce's point of view, the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl clash against the Philadelphia Eagles had a lot riding on it. With his thriving relationship with Taylor Swift going perfectly, there was a thought that the Chiefs had won and claimed the historic three-peat. Kelce and Swift would ride off into the sunset together to begin the next phase of the relationship. But as we know, the Chiefs were blown out 40-22, and now Kelce is back for a 13th season. However, was there merit to the rumors of Kelce retiring if the Chiefs won? According to a source who wrote to RaiderOnline.com, had Kansas City won, Travis was going to hang up his cleats. The idea was Travis would win the Super Bowl and go out in a blaze of glory, so they have more time to be together and could plan a wedding and a baby, the source claims. Fans want them to start a family, the sooner the better. Why does it have to do with the fans wanting this? It's just so weird. Now that Kelce is back for another year, the pair's life plans will have to be put aside since the 2025 season begins. But right now, they're making the most of their precious time together. Like, I genuinely wouldn't say that they have to be. They could be, but she's not the one playing football at the end of the day if she got pregnant. With Sniff. It's been a day, apparently. It's been a day. With Swift not touring in 2025, many expect her to be at nearly every Arrowhead Stadium game to cheer on Travis in what will, in all likelihood, be his farewell tour before he goes and does retire at the end of the season. I genuinely don't know how he still plays at that level at his age. He's not old, but for that level of sport, he is definitely old. And then Taylor and Travis' relationship can be taken to the next level with possibly marriage and kids on the way. It just feels like seeding the story, just putting it out there. It's not like People Magazine that has it, but if you search, it still comes up on the front page. In fact, it's the top story right now. It's really interesting to me. My reaction to what the fans want was ew. Yeah. It's so weird, right? Is that what State Farm wants? I keep meaning to look into that. I keep meaning to look into State Farm. You guys have asked, and I need to look into it. I've got my coffee and cuddled in my blanket. I see. It's like we're all hanging out with our pets, our coffee, blankets. I have a blanket too, and we're just hanging out. That's what lives are to me. I just love hanging out with you guys because this is the best community ever. Her judge made a ruling to move forward with Discovery, but I don't know if it's across the board. I believe so. So I think, was it Leslie Sloan is not getting out? She tried to say that it should be delayed, and that was denied. But we are still waiting. Let me refresh the page right now. Last filing was March 25th. We're still waiting to figure out, is he denying Ryan or no? Do we even need, I think we still need a response from Friedman in regards to Ryan and Blake. It's been quiet, almost eerie quiet. I'm in the cold walking my dog. Where are you, my friend? It is pretty cold here, although we have sun here today. We have an ice storm coming in, so we're kind of preparing for an ice storm. Kids on the way, who's going to be their godparents? Yeah. Not Blake Lively, apparently. But it was just interesting because we've talked about this on the channel where I said, if there is something bad that happens, what they're going to need to do from a PR perspective is like hook in her fans, right? Not just hooking her fans of like, remember, this is who she is and you're excited she's having a baby you've always wanted. The fans have always wanted her to get married. The fans have always wanted her to have a baby. It's right there in the article. But that can flood the news. Like, can you imagine if she was to come out pregnant or that they were getting married? That's probably the only thing that would fix SEO or plummet in the SEO, like in the search engine, any text messages that come out from Discovery. That's pretty much the only thing that would. That's right. Leslie Sloan's motion to stay Discovery was denied. The New York Times motion to stay Discovery was granted. There are no other motions to stay Discovery that I know of. Thank you. Yes, that's right. Vancouver Island. Oh, amazing. We're shipping chicken eggs out to Vancouver Island this week. We have chickens. Near Sacramento. Amazing. Roseville, CA. Is that California? I imagine. UK, Birmingham here. 9:11 p.m. Oh my goodness. I'd be in bed. Pregnant and not married. Wow. Well, that's a good point. I don't know if pregnant would come first. Do you think that would That would be an interesting track for the events if that's what she did, for sure. And then that's funny though. I didn't even think of that. I think it was Blake. Let me just see. Oh man, I might have closed it. Oh, it's under just okay. There's like not much news in the case. It's kind of crickets. But I thought this was hilarious. So if you look up Justin Baldoni, even Blake Lively, this is the #1 story coming up. Blake Lively makes desperate attempt to restore wholesome image amid ugly 400 million lawsuit. And that is exactly what it is. And that's trending over everything else. That's the first thing that's coming up. Hugh Jackman, 100% on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' side amid Justin Baldoni legal fight. I don't think he has a choice. Well, let's have a look here first. So this is Daily Mail. Blake Lively makes desperate attempt. It was. And that, see, this is the problem is you guys aren't dumb, right? The public is intelligent. You're smart. You're hydrated. You have the right nutrients. You're energized. You're ready to take in the news. You're ready to sleuth. You're mama sleuth, dad sleuth. You're sleuth. You're out here. You're looking into things and you're finding out the news for yourself. You're not just taking the headlines at face value. And this is going to be the biggest problem for legacy media, and it's going to be the biggest problem for traditional PR. Blake Lively shrugged off the ongoing legal battle with Justin Baldoni as she baked donuts in her happy place over the weekend in another attempt to appear wholesome and down to earth. Yes, this is what I've been saying. This is literally what I've been saying. That has been a fake PR push. Wholesome and down to earth. It's that every woman brand archetype. The every woman brand archetype is wholesome, down to earth, relatable. On Saturday, the 37-year-old actress took to her Instagram story to share a photo of pastry dough being mixed in an industrial kitchen machine and a new public relations stunt. I love this. I would have wrote this. I didn't write it. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have even said that. Sharon May for dailymail.com wrote it. That is not my like fake name for writing articles, although I would have written this. Baking with genius food friends and their kitchen mixer the size of a car, she wrote over the snapshot. This is what my happy place looks like. This is what it is. Public relations stunt. Thankfully, someone, good on you, Sharon. Good on you calling this out. I support Sharon. Another photo showed Lively with a big smile on her face as she leaned over the pastries via the outlet. A source told People that she was in a really happy mood while visiting her friend, who's the owner of Rise Donuts in Wilton, Connecticut. The Gossip Girl alum also seemed to have friendly and fun conversations with customers while working behind the counter, according to the outlet, which comes after a slew of Hollywood insiders opened up about their negative encounters with the star. So there's the picture of her with her sister in the background. That's the fan in the background that said she was happy. That's the witness that said she was happy. Her wholesome day. I love that they're calling out. She's the real hero. Sharon, you are the hero here because that is trending #1 on Google. And we need friends like you in legacy media helping to get this trend on Google. So thank you. Her wholesome day baking sweets comes amid her ongoing legal battle with her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni. Late last year, Lively filed a lawsuit. Okay, so we know all about that. That's another picture from her Instagram stories, baking with genius food friends and their kitchen mixer the size of a car. This is what my happy place looks like. And just a bunch of pictures of them. It's the latest update in the messy legal ordeal between Lively and Baldoni, which officially began in December 2024, after Lively filed her complaint and Baldoni countersued in February. All parties have denied the allegations against them, and Reynolds and Sloan have also filed to be dismissed from the lawsuit. I cannot see it happening. I cannot see that being approved or granted or whatever it's called. In the introduction and summary of their argument, Lively's legal team argues a lawsuit against her has no place in federal court due to legal protections for individuals who have spoken out against SH. Why am I even saying SH at this point? Or filed legal claims. The law prohibits weaponizing defamation lawsuits like this one to retaliate against individuals who have filed legal claims or been publicly spoken out against sexual harassment and retaliation, the document states. The former co-star's trial date is set for March 9th, 2026. This is what we need. We need more legacy media, because at the end of the day, yes, we're fighting a battle on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, but to have people on the right side of history on legacy media, at the end of the day, it matters. It does matter, because still the majority of people are going to Google, they're searching Justin Baldoni news or Blake Lively news, and they're seeing what's coming up. And that is the number one thing coming up. So that is amazing. What's said here? Hugh Jackman, 100% on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' side amid Justin Baldoni legal fight. It's really shocking to me when you see pictures of Justin around this time, how much weight he had lost from the stress. It really took a toll on him. Hugh Jackman is the latest of Blake Lively's powerful friends to be dragged into her and Ryan Reynolds' lawsuit with Justin Baldoni, and a source exclusively tells In Touch he'll be backing his close pals as he believes they're in the right. He has no choice. I have no doubt he's all up in this. I mean, he was literally in that weird skit, that inappropriate skit where him and Ryan's mom were like hitting on Brandon Sklenar. It was so weird. So he has no choice but to support them and be all up in this, because he is all up in this. I was born and raised in San Jose and missed the coastal weather. Oh, no doubt. Oh my goodness. Of course he is. Yeah. HJ is best friends with that slime mom, Brian Singer. He is dead to me. Hugh Jackman has his own mess of a PR. He has a huge mess of his own going on right now. You are right about that. Yeah, I mean, he has no choice. Now, in addition to Taylor Swift getting caught up in the feud, it's likely the Prestige star 56 will have to be deposed before the trial to discuss what exactly Ryan was up to while Blake and Justin were filming It Ends With Us, which happens to be when he was hanging around with Hugh for Deadpool and Wolverine and in these weird skits. If this actually goes all the way to court and Hugh is forced to take the stand, there's no question he will step up, the source says. My concern is, like, will people tell the truth? I'm going to be honest. That's my biggest concern. At this point, Ryan is like a brother to him. He will have his back no matter what it takes. A different source speaking to Daily Mail told the outlet Hugh will be deposed if this goes to trial. There's no way that he cannot. I agree. According to the report, Justin's lawyers will be looking at the full scope of Reynolds' conduct while they filmed in order to make their case that he's been targeted and smeared. Yep. The first source notes that even though Hugh is well aware that Justin's legal team is threatening to depose him, the Wolverine star has no issues with it because there's nothing to hide. He's got no doubt about Blake and Ryan's conduct and is 100% on their side. With Hugh now involved, the source says he's actually excited to be able to help out in some way because he hates seeing the stress that Ryan and Blake are under right now. Okay, I will say I hate seeing people stressed. People being stressed stresses me out. Like, I genuinely don't want to see people unhappy. I don't want to see people angry. Like, I just want to see people thrive. And I know it's so naive and it's ridiculous, but they made this mess themselves. You made your bed, lie in it. And I really think this year, and probably this case, is going to expose a lot in Hollywood. I think Freeman has great evidence we haven't seen yet. Oh yeah, I'm excited to see. I imagine there's a lot that we haven't seen. Subs need to just leave the donuts alone. If she's so broken, how does she have a happy place? Well, that's true too. Like, that's the interesting thing, actually, is they have all these claims in the lawsuit that, you know, how they've been impacted and financially impacted and how socially they've been impacted and their mental health has been impacted. But then they keep having these PR stunts where they're smiling and grinning and happy. I don't know. I know it's not that. So I don't fence it. I hear you though. They deserve no empathy. I'm not fence sitting. I'm definitely on Justin's side 100%. I have a soft heart. And so it's not that I have a soft heart for them or I think that they deserve my empathy or anything. I just don't like seeing people in pain at the end of the day. But I also don't like seeing animals in pain. I don't like seeing anything in pain. I'm kind of a big softie. Hugh seems like a shady man. Yeah, I agree. That's why we like you, Ashley, too. Your positive energy. It's your hope in human design. You remembered. Yes, I do have hope, motivation, and human design. And it is kind of seeing life through the lens of hope, through the lens of rose-colored glasses. And I made myself wrong for that most of my life. And it was a lot for me to come to a place where it's like, it's okay. Like, it's okay to not want to see people in pain. And it's okay to have the nuanced discomfort of being like, man, I genuinely feel bad. Like, I genuinely feel bad. And they made their bed at the same time. And there's consequences to actions. And they've made people feel horrible as well. And yeah, empathy is a blessing and a curse. It absolutely is. I'm getting my human design reading tomorrow. Is it with me? Because I have a call tomorrow. Is that who my call is with? I'm so excited. If it is, I'm so excited because I do have a call in the afternoon tomorrow. This is a quieter week. I wish that people could be better. I agree. I genuinely wish that people could be better. I don't understand how people can go out of their way to hurt people. And I don't understand, even in the sense of people that go out of their way to leave hurtful comments or try and tear people down, even on social media. Like, why go out of your way? Elsie was talking about this from Elsrich, the account we were watching, where people would go out of their way to create fake emails to tear her down and say racist things to her and horrible things to her. I genuinely can't wrap my head around how someone can be that hateful. And it does hurt my heart that people can be that hateful in the world. Yes. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to officially meet you. I'm so excited. We're going to have a good time. 2 p.m. Yes. You and me. Same place, just on Zoom. I'm really excited. Hello, P. It's so nice to see you. I can't hate someone as much as I want to. It's hard for me to hate. I'm the same way. It's very difficult for me. It's very difficult. And even, you know, when a lot of my content, like, I'll criticize Taylor Swift's SEO manipulation and then post, you know, a reel saying she has a great brand. You know, there's nuance to everything. And I do try to live in the nuance without being naive, right? There's a difference. Anyway, I'm a big softie. Is exactly. I had a client years ago and she's like, you kind of come off like rough around the edges and like you don't care and you're badass, but you're a big softie. And I said, shh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone that. You're going to ruin my brand and image. But yeah, so that's really all that's going on right now. But Hugh Jackman's in the news. I was attacked after Blake accused me of smearing her. Oh my goodness. 1 day ago. Joe Rogan's still holding strong. Joe's still holding strong to page 1. That's wild. We Can Bury Anyone is still under. That's interesting. Justin Baldoni on page 1. But here's the thing. Justin's team hasn't really done anything manipulative. And that kind of shows us that he's not doing anything manipulative because this is still page 1 on Google. We Can Bury Anyone inside a Hollywood smear machine under Justin Baldoni if you search Justin Baldoni. So that right there shows you that he's not playing dirty with SEO and he's not playing dirty with how he's going about his case. He's responding. And there you go. It proves it. Because there's no way if he'd played a shady game of media manipulation and narrative control that wouldn't have been bumped down. All right. Well, I think that's all I have for you guys. Let me see if there's any news since we started talking. I was going to ask you guys what you have planned for the weekend. It's Tuesday. It's going to be a long week for me. I haven't slept since looking at the Stan Lee stuff. Like, all of this kills me. What happened with Stan Lee? I'm behind on that. That got me really bad. I hate people doing bad things. I agree. And I think that's what makes this community really, I was talking about it with one of the community members in my Instagram DMs. I think that's what makes this community really special is you guys aren't naive. You're really intelligent. You're really smart. You're critical thinkers, which most communities aren't critical thinkers. But I believe that the critical thinking from this community really comes from that nuanced place of, like, you're able to find that third perspective. I find a lot of community members here, you're not just taking one extreme and gripping onto it. You're like, let me look at the information and let me look at the details. And because you guys have good hearts and you care, and it actually pains you to see someone else in pain, or it pains you to think that someone could be that evil. it actually makes you some of the best critical thinkers because you're able to see the nuance of a situation and you're not just grabbing onto extremes. And it's not like like this mob mentality. I really find this community here, you're not just buying into the mob mentality. You're really thinking for yourself. Didn't she try to take over parts of Barbie? Was that Blake? I feel like I missed something here. There was a lot of anti-Blake stuff in early August comparing her to Barbie. Oh, found that out today. Got screenshots. What? Really? I did not know that. All right, let's see if anything. We'll check the legal documents again because it is notorious where it's not. We log off and then there's something that happens. Let's see. It's got to be any day that we're going to be getting more news from the legal side of things. Yeah, it's just the document or the docu-series. It's okay, Julia. It's okay, sweetie. Is Amazon here? Julia hates when Amazon's here. She's our German Shepherd. I think Amazon's here. Yeah, that's it, guys. I think we covered all the news in an hour and 15 minutes. Are we all feeling okay? Are we feeling okay? It's not 3 hours. Don't come in here with April Fools. Google Blake Lively Barbie. No, you guys can't do April Fools on me because I'm too gullible for that. I will believe you. A friend of mine, she posted today that see, this is how gullible I am, that she's stopping, she's a human design reader, and she's like, I'm stopping doing human calls to work with cats. And I was like, that's really cool. And she goes, Ashley, it's April 1st. It's April Fools. How'd you fall for that? I was like, I don't know. I just take people at what they're saying to me. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Ryan and Kelly from The Office. Oh my gosh, I love The Office. It's so good. Have far too many similarities in terms of toxic, narcissistic, and selfish as Blake and Ryan. R. Kelly, when she didn't get her way, screamed, oh, yes. Screamed grape to be the victim. That's actually very true. Great show, by the way. Tundra, do you want to say hi? They were asking, the community was asking about you. Do you want to say hi? Come here, Mama. Oh, hi, Julia. You want to say hi, Jules? Oh, now you want to see Dad because he just walked in. Okay, I'll let you go. All right. All right, what am I Googling? Blake Lively and Barbie. Is that what it is? All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's after 4. Where is the day gone? Genuinely don't know where the day goes anymore. Make the screen big. How do I make it bigger? Oh, for Tundra? Sorry. Yeah, I guess you guys don't like to see like this little peanut-sized Tundra. I'll see if Scott, let Tundra back in. He took Tundra away. Tundra and Julia. Everyone wants to see Tundra and Julia. Oh, hi, Mom. Come here. Okay, we gotta make the screen big. Oh, there we go. Say hi. Oh, gosh, Mike. Oh, thanks for the kisses, buddy. So that's Tundra. Don't eat my mic. What do you guys say? What do you got to say to people? Hey, what do you guys say to everyone? Hey, you're a good kid. Yeah, so that's Tundra. If you like The Office, have you seen Rainn Wilson's interview with Justin? Yes, I actually use that in the video coming out later tonight. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel because I have a video coming out later tonight and I have some clips from it there. Yes, please, Scott. I don't know. Oh, Julia's hiding in the other room. Thank you. Now he's biting my hand. Good boy. He's teething right now. Okay. He's not biting hard. Let's see. Okay. Do you want to go play? Or are you going to sit on my lap? You want to sit on my lap? Okay. You can sit on my lap, baby. Oh, what a good boy. What a good kid. Okay. Is this what I'm looking for? Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds coordinate in vibrant Barbie pink and blue looks. Lively's Lily Bloom blossom bloom style streak is far from over. When we're not looking, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are absolutely one of those couples at Disneyland that wears matching Mickey and Minnie sweatshirts and poses for wholesome, classy family photos. That's just my guess. So they had pictures coming out, floral looks. Everything was floral. Blake Lively has been tone deaf since her plantation wedding and promotion of slave owner style. Oh my gosh. I knew about the wedding, but what? Oh gosh, Tundra, you almost took down my desk. Was there something else I was supposed to be seeing? You might have to send me the links. Sobs and allergies. Sends toys and treats. I love it. That's exactly what he's saying. I don't get enough toys and treats, guys. That's yeah. Dogs are amazing. Can we see the puppy? And Julia, do you want to come say hi? She says no. Come on. Come here, Jules. Come here. No? You listen like a ton of bricks, girl. Julia is like, she moves for no one. She moves for no one. All right, I'm going to look up the Barbie thing, and I'm going to look up the Stan Lee thing. The Stan Lee. Everyone, I implore you. I'll do that tonight. Is it in regards to like Ryan Reynolds or what? What am I typing in Google? So is this what I'm looking? Let me share it. Stanley final chapter alleges to expose comic legends' heartbreaking end. Is this it? Oh, are you guys talking about greyhounds? I love greyhounds. I'd love to rescue one. Yeah, send me the screenshots. Oh, it's proof she was getting backlash early and it's because of Barbie. Oh, okay. Yeah. Send me the screenshots over. And if you have any links, I can just go to support@ashleybriannaeve.com. I'll type it in the chat. You shoot it over there. Oh my gosh. She had a racist site romanticizing sleep days. What? That's awful. I'm going to have to look into that now. I hope everyone has a great day after live. I hope so too. You guys are the best community ever. Oh, now it says I can't give you guys. There's an error in trying to give you guys my email. So I don't know if that went through or not. We're getting a husky when we get our house in about 1 to 2 years. I love that. Huskies are so much fun. There's so much work. But they're so much fun. Okay, so is this what we're looking at? You're dead wrong about this Captain America Brave New World complaint. Even Stan Lee agrees. Okay, I'm going to look into that, but let me know if I'm on the right track. Yes. Okay. Now I have dog hair in my mouth. Okay, I will look into that, and we will do a live on it later this week. No, John Boulderjack. All right, you guys let me know what I'm supposed to be looking into in this, and I will look into it, and then we can do a live later this week, but I'm happy to look into it. Absolutely. The website has been taken down, but it did idolize what? The antebellum period or enslavement? What? Wow. It was so nice having you here. Thank you for joining us, my friend. We'll see you in the next one. That is awful. This community is all heart and brains. That's what I love about this community. It is. And that's why I find that we can see nuance and we can see both sides and have like really intelligent conversations around it. It's not just mob mentality. And that's, I never want the community to just be mob mentality. And that's why I also wanted to do that video on how we started today, looking at, is it actually SEO manipulation that Ryan was doing? I want us to actually look at the data and see, is it true? What's going on? And not that I agree with Ryan or Blake, but I also don't want to be an account that's just like clickbaity and saying, oh yeah, this is what he's doing. I want us to have like actual truth we're moving forward from. And sometimes I'm going to mess up. Sometimes I'll get it wrong. And I'll let you guys know if I get it wrong. This is true. Blake Lively's racist brand called Preserve. I am learning in real time about this. Wow. Okay. I will look into all of that. Thank you for letting me know. I can't even believe this. Hello, Denise. It's so nice to see you. No one here wants to be mean. We just want truth. Exactly. And that's why I think this community is so special, because no one here wants to be mean. No one wants to intentionally try to tear someone down. There's no one that stays long in this community that is just outright mean and finds joy in hurting other people. And it's truth seeking. And that's what I'm so proud of. I love seeing people discussing different views respectfully. I feel like that's how you learn and understand. I agree. We just want to save Justin Baldoni from these devils. I agree. Okay. I will look into that then, my friends. It's called the Wayback Machine, but I have no idea how to use it. I tried to use it once, and then I was trying to have ChatGPT help me use it because I couldn't figure out how to use it. But yes, I think let's look this up, and then we can reconvene later this week and look at it. But I'm going to leave you guys with that today. I have my homework to do. We all have our homework to do, apparently. And I just want you guys to know, I appreciate you guys being here. Truly, this is the best community. So when I came on and the intro to this was just messed up because I couldn't wait to get on, is because I can't wait to share stuff with you. I can't wait to get here with you and discuss it. I can't wait to talk about it and see what you guys think about these different headlines and what's going on. Yes, like the stream. Thank you, Leo. You always got my back. So I ran here as fast as I could, started reading things myself. How it legitimately went. I want to show you guys and tell you guys how much you mean to me and how much I love this community. So I'm going through making the reel about, was this SEO manipulation for Ryan Reynolds? And I see that the picture was from 2015. And I was like, holy crap. And I literally rushed here, turned on StreamYard, and came live to tell you guys about it, because I want you guys to know. I want to discuss it with you guys. You're welcome. I'm so glad you had fun. Lives are just hangouts. They're big hangouts. We just have fun here. That's the best part of it. I love intelligent conversations with intelligent people. I agree. Absolutely. I've said it before. I'll say it again. My favorite book. Oh, damn it. It's probably on the side. Hello, Julia. Are you coming to say hi now? Is The Third Perspective from Africa Brooke. So, Brave Expression in the Age of Intolerance. It is a fantastic, fantastic book. Anything by Africa Brooke is phenomenal. She has a podcast as well. I highly recommend her. But, that's the type of community that I'm really proud to have here. All right, my friends. I'm going to let you guys go because we're going to get ready for dinner around here. Do you want to say hi now? Can you get up on mom's lap? No? Tony says, I'll say hi again. Hi. Hi, Julia. She's not wanting to be on camera tonight. All right, my friends. It was such a joy to be here with you. I have a video coming for you later tonight, so make sure to like, subscribe, get notifications. Are you saying hi now? There we go. Oh, thank you for the kisses, Julia. Thank you. What a good girl. There's Julia. If anyone knows Mega Esophagus, she's a rescue that has Mega Esophagus. So she's our little special needs baby. But yes, I will see you guys soon. There's a video going up later tonight, probably about 5:30, 6 p.m. Eastern. Get notifications, check back to see it. But it was such a joy to hang out with you guys. I genuinely appreciate you. Like I said, I can't wait to hang out with you. When I see news, I come straight here to tell you guys about it. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.